Train coming through. Hello everyone, Wenzeltron here. We're back on Heroes of the Storm, and we're going to be doing a D.Va video today. She has kind of received a little bit of an auto attack buff, and she does have the unique mechanic of being auto attack while moving, but she does attack within an area in front of her. And I've been playing around with her as a lane clear auto attacker, and this is stemming from a little bit of the Town Hall Heroes this week, with Bakery noting that D.Va is now a Dahaka counter, which is interesting. I never would have expected that, but basically because of her Q ability, the boosters, it allows her to knock back Dahaka and stop him from Eing, burrowing under the ground, and she just kind of destroys the minion wave much better than he does now because of this auto attack buff, which is kind of crazy. D.Va also does have a unique mechanic in being higher HP and having two forms, and overall kind of doesn't really receive too many big power spikes. Her kit is already what she gets, you know, right out of the gate for the most part. So it's one of those heroes that I think if you play them well enough, they can actually be a huge difference for the friendly team. So with that, everyone, we're going to jump into a D.Va game. We'll see how it goes. I'm not 100% sure. I've actually been playing a little bit of her just to try and figure her out. I do enjoy her, and you know, I'm kind of obsessed with the solo lane and the tank meta right now with Sonya and everything like that. So we'll figure it out, everybody. So let's see what D.Va does. Yeah. Also, shout out to D.Va Destroyer skin because it's super epic and amazing. Alrighty, everybody. We've landed on Sky Temple. So the thing about D.Va here is that her talents really don't give her a whole ton of power. Just gives her a little bit more utility here and there, faster charge rate, and then depending on your ult choice, how impactful you are in a team fight. But overall, she doesn't really do, from her talents at least, not like a Tyrael with her Holy Ground where it fundamentally changes how he plays. She doesn't really do a whole lot. And I actually just picked the wrong talent at level 1 because I'm bad. I was mindlessly clicking on my screen. But for level 1, I did go Rush Down, which this helps us rotate on larger maps. Is that recommended? Probably not. Hit the Nitrous is the go-to talent. It can help for rotations on like Cursed Hollow and stuff like that. Or if you are using D.Va as a solo laner, I could definitely see why that would be a thing. I'm going to just head up to the top lane and soak. It looks like the enemy team is fighting 5v5, which we don't need to be doing, especially considering the team setups for us. We don't really have a good setup. It's also weird. I'm technically a tank in the form of D.Va, and there isn't a tank on their team unless you consider Zul a frontline bruiser, which I would not. As you can see right there, I was just doing really consistent damage on the front line. You can see the bar in front of me shows me all the minions I'm attacking, and just how efficiently I can clear waves as long as I'm positioning effectively to soak that minion, or to hit multiple minions per hit. So they did gank our Zul in the bot lane, or not Zul. Zul ganked our Gazlo, sorry. And then now for her ability, so her ability is a boosters, which she becomes unstoppable and will knock away heroes, dealing a little bit of damage, and it is her mobility tool. Let's just try and soak up some of no, he's not gonna do it. So is Defense Matrix. There is a funny thing with that where I forget every time I use it, but D.Va is actually a good counter to me. But I forget that it's enemy heroes standing within the area of Defense Matrix, not enemy allies, or friendly allies. For some reason, I am like severely lacking in the form of I just assume that your allies should be in it to defend them because you're defending with the Matrix, but it's not the case. I don't want to get hit by his Qs anymore because it's stacking up. Alright, so for level 4, you can do either Fusion Generator or you can go for Bring It On. Bring It On is probably the most usable, considering it gives you the I'm not sure if he's hitting me or not. He definitely is. Bring It On gives you a charge rate when your mech dies. Definitely is hitting me. I'm gonna go back now and go get health really quick, and then head to the middle shrine and group up with the rest of our team. It's weird to see that Medivh can kind of bully me out of lane. Other than that, D.Va hasn't really received any other changes. As you can see, I'm getting a self-destruct charge. So for gain 1% charge for every 2 seconds spent basic attacking, or in 30 charge per mech lost, which is the talent I got here. Bring It On. So we're slightly ahead. Hold on. Greymane has said hold on, not sure exactly why. So we're just getting the shrine here. As you can see, we're actually not taking a whole lot of damage. The enemy team hasn't even tried. Just gonna use it now. Level 7 has arrived. We're slightly ahead of the team because so we're gonna do the coming through. This increases the knockback range of your Q ability by 100%. It looks like we'll be able to get all the shots here, or the last 4 shots rather. All of them. I'm sleeping, but it's okay because Valo went too aggressive. And we're not going to get the kill, sadly. I'm probably going to die too. Well, rather my mech is.
Should we not eliminate this threat?
We can't kill Anna because everyone's dead that can do it right now. That was a case of not grouping well enough, or rather not realizing that people were low and backing out, because half of our team had already left or had gone back or never even showed up, i.e. Gazlo, who's still in the bot lane, actually winning that lane now. So it's good. Either way, we're doing okay. So D.Va can solo bruiser camps, but it takes a very long time and she gets dangerously close to dying throughout the game. Our Ariel just tried to use her whip on a minion, so that should tell you something there. Trying to, there we go, hit all of them at once, but Ariel has most of the aggro right now, and she tried to use her whip again. A little bit of a weird thing. So middle lane, we're actually about to hit level 10 first.
No problem. Talent time.
I'm gonna go for a big shot at level 1. Bunny hop can be used if you're trying to do something specific, but big shot is just the most consistent because you're able to get your ult more rapidly because of it. And now I'm gonna be moving and microing. That was a knockback that should never have come out because I had a perfect knockback there, and they just one-shot my... Uh-oh, this is not good. But she did not have her W, so we're fine. I'm useless right now, so I'm just going to go on the shrine. Follow is top, so we actually just have, you should just be able to get this, no problem. Also worth noting on the shrines on this map, when they do that little knockback, you can actually cancel that. And now we've gotten 2 forts. Zula's leaving completely. Ariel just tried to heal and it hit nobody. Gonna rotate up. I'm actually really enjoying this faster rotation. Reducing the cooldown by 7 seconds. It's a 2-second cooldown then. It's pretty good. Really, I'm actually really enjoying that. Makes rotating as D.Va, because her mech actually has a passive movement speed decrease. Instead of 100%, she's at 85% while unmounted, because she doesn't have a mount. So it really does hinder you quite a bit. It's also worth mentioning, I totally glossed over this. Every time your mech dies, not counting your mech explosion, it counts for half a level. So if you can get your self-destruct off, even if it's not a deal, it really helps you in the long run to be able to keep that up, because you're able to kind of deny experience to the enemy team. Because if they get your mech, they still get you for half HP, and they don't, then you're becoming significantly weaker and less useful to your team in that case.
Okay with me.
Looks like they're probably going to be getting the bruiser camp. Nope, they actually didn't get that. Why is she over there by herself? If they had a dive team, she would have been dead. And Chromie has fallen. Just gonna back out because you already got the kill. We don't need to die. All right. So at level 13, we're gonna go to Blade of Armor. So any damage that would be 4% of their maximum health will be reduced by 50%. But it's not added to your self-destruct, but that's not the point. It just means that your mech is now that much more tanky. It's a little broken because not many heroes in the game can actually compete with 4% HP in the game. So, and even if it is 4%, it's reducing that by 50%. So that goes all the way down to 2%, which is really crazy. Gazza was killed in the bottom lane by Zool, but Greymane got the kill on Zool, so it works out. Ario still is trying to whip. I'm gonna tell her, be a happy friend.
Right. Let's get aggressive. Defense matrix activated. Inline.
Wow, he had to use his ley line to get away. I have my boost. I interrupted it. That's a kill, baby. Also, while practicing more D.Va of lately, I did notice two things. D.Va is very good against stealth heroes right now because if you see them, you can Q and knock the stealth out of stealth, which is very, very helpful. And then you do have the ability to be that much more annoying for the stealth because if you basically have effectively 2 health bars, which makes your life super easy. And as you can see there, I just zoned away the enemy team with a well-placed self-destruct, getting a kill on Zool, and causing a really misplay onto the enemy team. Gonna go help against this Vala here. Chromie did come out of nowhere. I am sleeping currently. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. Just need to leave. Now I'm dead. We're okay. Greymane is here. As long as I have Big Shot ready, which, as you can see, I got a lot of hits. God dang it. Okay. Either way, we're doing okay. Zool's behind us. Zool's gonna die though, because I booped him back properly.
Of the sun grows within the temple. Soon they shall bask in
I'm gonna head to the siege camp. I'm gonna be able to get it real quick and continue up with the map pressure. As you can see, I've actually feel like I've been playing pretty well right now. doing what I need to do with proper microing of my abilities. They are mostly top lane, so we can get this. We have 2 forts still. They have none of their
Magic flows through the temples. Guardian, do not let these mortals.
honestly, the early game of this game is just so, like, any value you get early game is just so much more accentuated into the late game, especially with these objectives that just take out fortresses. Voila. She is like super deep right now. I do have a very deep mech explosion right now. I brought Chromie back! Ha ha ha!
Enemy down. Matrix activated. Ready for action.
There we go. We're making it work. Leyline Seal has been used, but it's going to save Ariel.
Here comes a new
Actually, boss is on core. We might just win this game, baby. Right now. That was a very sloppy fight, but I think we did okay.
Fight to the enemy.
D.Va moving out.
Boss has just finally died, and now we're doing keep damage. I can't believe that's really crazy.
My temple's magic subsides.
I'm gonna head middle.
Something else to fight over.
There we go. Booped him out of his portal again.
One from the highlight reel.
Just gonna pop that real quick. And then, as you can see, the time stop actually allows me to keep moving.
Time to raise my APM.
Right. Just absorbing skill shots there. Just kind of being in their face. Just protecting the team. Making me the central focus there. Nothing crazy. Almost have self-destruct. We can actually... Ooh. Didn't need to use Phoenix there at all. Alright, so either at this level you go pew 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 or mech fall. Mech fall just allows you to instantly call down your mech and a little bit of a ranged ability. It does have like a 0.5 second channel time for calling your mech in. So that just makes it consistent for you to... higher skill level players will be able to play around the mech falling down. So it just gives you that basically opportunity to not get wrecked. Because I've done it before as Garrosh, I've done it as Diablo. It's kind of like, you know, stopping a Medivh from portaling in this game. Where you have that little window of opportunity where they're not going to be able to, where they think they're safe, but they're really not. You can just abuse that earlier on against D.Va.
I'm on it. Big shot.
Okay, we're about to have our cooldown back up.
Let's see them stop me.
Summon the mech now, so we can finish getting our quest up. KT is soloing lanes like a beast right now. We're level 20 before the enemy team, and this is going to be a GG scenario if we get any more, if we get both of these shrines. Should be no problem. As you can see, level 50 or level 20, we're doing 53 damage with auto attacks. And Vala is going in with her strafe as she has been all game, and she ends her life rather dramatically. Gonna rotate up to this shrine to help Greymane take that out. Vala was just making a last-ditch effort. As you can see, Medivh was doing quite a bit in the early game, bullying me out. Boop! Train coming through.
Impressive work.
And that's going to be game, everybody. So, minus the level 1 change that I did, which actually wound up coming in handy just for faster rotations throughout the map, which I think it actually was a happy accident for the most part. D.Va's talents are pretty straightforward. There's not really too much deviation here and there. The only other one you could have done is at level 20, you could have gone for Pew 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 to get faster resets if your mech is dying rather quickly, but for the most part, it just depends on your choice, I would say. And then, didn't look at the stats, but we weren't anything too lackluster. We only had 2 deaths, so it's pretty good. And about middle of the road damage, but it was mostly there for CC and knocking things back and making space for the friendly team to get kills that we needed to. Alright everyone, so that's going to do it for this D.Va video, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you guys use it to take away from it, because D.Va's not really super popular in the meta right now, but I think she might be coming forward. She does provide a lot of zone control on the map. She is a bruiser because she does have a double health bar, so to speak, and her pew pew talent, is that what it's called? Big shot, sorry. That talent does give her the ability to become somewhat of a ranged assassin to poke down an enemy team, because it hits every target in the line. It doesn't stop the projectile, which is very strong. So, with that everyone, leave a comment down below what you guys think about D.Va and how she plays and all that stuff, and that would be amazing. So, see you all in the next one, and yet again, this is Heroes of the Stone.